that midnight train spilled her blood at the crossroads when the bells didn't ring. Now lay me down by that crossing sign. We'll talk about tonight when the same train took the life of that old beggar boy and the bootlegger's wife. My love was married to him, that bootlegging man. He loved whiskey and he loved her. She was bound to leave him, Lord, she was for Birmingham. We were lovers and the town knew it well. We thought no one would tell. The night she was leaving, he heard about me. She died because they told him. He silenced the bells. Now lay me down by that crossing sign. We'll talk about tonight when the same train took the life of that old beggar boy and the bootlegger's wife. I hear them bells at the crossroads where the beggar boy is buried in the valley, where the same train took the love of that old beggar boy and the bootlegger's wife. Now lay me down by that crossing sign. We'll talk about tonight when the same train took the life of that old beggar boy, the bootlegger's wife.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We're back. We're back to regular live streams. I'm kind of nervous, man, getting back into it. I feel like I got really used to it, and then I didn't do it for a while. But yeah, we're back. We're doing streams again. So hopefully we'll do this every Tuesday, 12 o'clock, 12:30. I try to get in, as soon as I can afternoon, but you can see right now it's already 12:50, so maybe I'm not the best. Eastern time, that is. Hey, what's up, Dom? Hey, Pete. So glad you're back. Yeah, happy to see all of you too. Yeah, I suspect all of you have already seen my Tony video, but obviously that was the sad news for our holidays. Real bummer there. I was gonna do some Tony transcription today, but I just decided it wasn't the moment. So instead, we're doing some David Grier, because I know a lot of you have been requesting these David Grier videos. So I figured, why not do one today? I know it's so funny to think about how long I've been gone, because really I didn't put content out for like a month, and I got a bunch of emails and messages from all of you, which is very sweet. Thank you. Glad you liked the Tony vid, man. It was very awkward to talk to the camera like that, so I was glad to get some nice feedback. But yeah, guys, we're doing David Grier. Everyone's always asking for David Grier, and I always try not to do it because I know it's going to be difficult as hell. Oh, well, we'll have fun anyway. Anyone got anything to share from Christmas? Anyone get any blue chips? Anyone get any new guitars? Tell me about it. I was looking at a new guitar. I really wanted to get this guitar that was on Reverb. It's kind of this rare electric Martin that they used to make in the 50s. Oh, they're so cool. But we're also buying a house, and we're just figuring out our financing and everything. And, you know, it's kind of a bummer to make a big purchase like that when you're in the middle of buying a house. So I didn't. I resisted the urge. So that way I wouldn't destroy our financing. It took a lot of self-restraint, though, you know. You're building a recording studio, Pete. That's cool. Do you have like an unfinished basement or an unfinished attic or something? Or are you building like a new sort of like space in your backyard or something? Because I have a friend who's building one in an unfinished attic that he has. So he went in, he framed it all out. I think he's done all the drywall now and all the flooring. Crazy. Duffy bought a keyboard. Keyboards are really helpful, man. It's actually really useful to just be able to visualize music like that. I mean, you can enjoy playing keyboard too, but like it just helps to understand theory with the keyboard. You got a physical metronome for Christmas. Like one of these old guys? Yes. This one, I believe this one was my granny's. Maybe not. I think my mom has the one that belonged to my granny. But this one is imbalanced. It tends to swing when I use it. So I popped it open to try to fix it. That didn't go well. But I used it for a long time until it started swinging. But I need to take it to a watchmaker and maybe they can fix it for me. Spare room opened up. Yeah, that's nice, man. Perfect. Recording space. I gave myself the gift of more time to transcribe Tony Rice. Yeah, that's good. You're doing the isolation booth in a closet. See, that's really smart. See, I used to just do that with a normal closet when like I was in high school. Climb in the closet, set up just enough room for like a tiny little desk. Ah, yes. Talking to the girlfriend about a metronome. It's cool, man. It is cool to use a physical metronome. There's something that's, I don't know, much more real about it. My favorite things are probably the physical metronome and Strum machine. But since this guy stopped working quite as intended, I feel like I've been using Strum machine a lot more. But yeah, I totally feel you guys. I myself got a new blue chip. I don't know if my camera will focus on it or if I can show it to you guys. If it'll catch enough light. But I got a 60. Normally, I play a tad 50. But I just got myself a 60. Or rather, my girlfriend got me a 60. I like it. I'm swayed by the people that tease me about not playing a 60. I'm looking at you, Trey Hensley. And I'm looking at you, Stickley. It'll be tight, but I don't need much. Ah, yeah, the space, totally. See, in the house that we're looking at, all of the rooms are just a little bit smaller. At first, I was kind of nervous about it. I mean, overall, it's much more square footage, but my office room will be a little bit smaller. And then, you know, I turned around and I'm like, look at all this open space I don't use in the middle. Nothing's ever there. So I think I'll be fine. Yeah, we got people rolling in. I'm happy to see all of you. Thanks for showing up. What brand of pick are these? Oh, these are blue chips. Yeah, the company is called Blue Chip, and it's what basically all of the pros play. It is an argumentative thing because a lot of people don't want to pay the price for a blue chip because with engraving and all that, they get pretty close to $50 for a single pick. But you know, right? You like the casein picks? Totally, I feel you on that, man. I used to play a bunch of casein. I don't know where my casein picks are right now, but I used to have a bunch of them hanging out. I haven't been sitting down here in a while. Yeah, right. I was a big fan of like the John Pierce casein picks. And I used to play these for a long time. The only thing that got me about casein was that sometimes if you leave these in your pocket or something, they tend to warp with your body heat, because they're just like a milk protein, right? Uh, Other people don't have problems with that. They stay very straight for them. Oh, I just snapped this one. No joke. No joke. I just felt to see if this one had any give to it, and I just snapped it. I promise casein picks are good. This is not the best advertisement I've ever given in my life, but I do like these John Pierce casein picks, even though I literally just snapped this one in half. That's what you get for doing it live. A lot of people like these prime tones too. Some people call them fake blue chips because they're so similar. But if you're not into blue chips, you should check out the prime tones. That might be what you want. Yeah, totally, man. Blue chip. I agree. Way to go. I had a 50, a TAD 50 for maybe, I think, almost 5 years, and then I snapped it trying to turn a screw. Um, Nice. Transley just ripped Lil Maggie on Insta. Yeah, I gotta go check that out. But anyway, I've used blue chips for a long time. I just have never gone up to the 60 thousandths of an inch, I guess. Um, this isn't an ad or anything, but if you like blue chips but you don't want to pay the price, you might want to check out Miller Picks on Etsy. This guy, can't remember his first name. His last name is Miller, and he makes these kind of blue chip copies that are a little more affordable, and they sound just fine. A lot of times I play them with electric guitar. That's my girlfriend right there. My girlfriend KJ says, "Tell them how I got you a new blue chip, and I'm the best girlfriend." I already told them how you got me a new blue chip. We've been talking about picks this whole time. You keep them in a plastic moisture-proof baggie. Right, yeah, your casein picks to keep them from warping. Totally. I have this kind of rare pick that I like to show. Once again, I wish I could focus my camera a little bit better. But that says Nick Lucas on it. And I'm not sure how true this story is, but the version of the legend that I've heard is that Nick Lucas was a guitar player in the early 1900s, and a company ordered a bunch of plastic, and they were going to make a bunch of guitar picks, and they asked Nick Lucas if he would do a signature one, and he asked them if they could make it in a teardrop shape. So he's kind of the originator of this shape pick. I snagged this one on eBay. I don't know how dramatized that story is, but a lot of people say that Nick Lucas is the source for this shape pick, which I found very interesting, so I got one. Right, the Chris Thile picks are right in between, right? There's a 50 and there's a 60, and then Chris Thile is like 55 or something. Have you seen Brian Sutton's cover of Coming Down from Rising Fawn? Would you consider doing a transcription video of it? I don't know it off the top of my head. I could check it out, man. Let's put away the pieces of this casein pick that I just snapped in half. Whoops. Yeah, man. If you don't want me to forget that you just suggested that, you should go to another video and you should leave it in a comment there, because I'll definitely see it if it's in a comment. And I'll actually go listen to it and check it out and see what I think. All right. Thus concludes our guitar pick talk of the day. Anyway, folks, how about we go listen to this David Grier performance, and let's see what we can figure out. Oh, I'm getting another oof. Getting an oof because I broke that pick still. It's a casein pick from like 5 years ago. They cost like $15. I think it served its purpose. It's done its job. It's an old one, guys. I promise. If I snapped a blue chip live on the stream, that would be different. We'd probably end the stream, so we could have a little morning session. All right, guys, let's go listen to this thing real quick. I'm hoping we can get through the first break, maybe a little bit more. Let's see what we can do here. So much cool stuff. So, by the way, a student showed me this. A student showed me this performance. I don't remember which student showed it to me, so if you are that student, feel free to shout out that you're the one that showed me this video. But I really like how he changes the tag. So instead of... he does this slide from 5 to 4. And it sounds really musical if you listen to that performance again. It's so cool. Right there. See, all of this arpeggio stuff that he's stacking together is so cool too. He's like coming up this way, doing one of these, and he tied it to like one of these, maybe one of these. It's so smart. He's put it together in such a smart way that I know what the parts of it are, but I don't know how he set it up in such a clever way. It's cool. David Grier is always doing stuff like that. I pointed this out to the student that showed it to me. I love that. Such a cool little smart idea to acknowledge the chords right there. Hopefully we'll get to all of that. I guess we'll find out. Cool. Let's listen to that beginning really quick because that's where we got to start. I was literally transcribing Tony Rice's Temperance reel when I saw this pop up. Yeah, man, you're going to have a ton of Temperance reel tabs by the time this is over. All right, cool. Sorry about that. Let's listen to the beginning again. Man, every single A part, every single, I guess just 4 measures has a different interpretation of that phrase. That's cool. That's really cool. I guess we should start writing things down. So I think he just has a 1 beat pickup. I'm going to fill in most of this measure, and I'm just going to come in right here. I'm guessing something like that. Let's do it for sure, though. Right. So that's why we listened to it, right? Because that wasn't actually what it was. I think he comes up pentatonic. I'm not sure I heard the 4th in there. All right, so he does have the major 7th in there, so he can hit on beat 1. This is kind of an interesting piece of melody too, right here. So many people play this differently. Because this isn't how I play the beginning of this melody. Not that any version is more valid or less valid. But I would play it like this. I think I go back and forth like this. I gotta play it. Man, I guess I do. Play it kind of like him. No, see, I don't actually play it like David Grier. I put a quarter note right there, and I don't hit the high G at the beginning of this measure. Yeah, it's just remarkable to me how different the interpretations can be in the beginning of this melody. And I play. It's weird. It's weird how different these phrases come across. And I remember listening to Chris Thiele play this opening 2-measure phrase and thinking that it was just totally different. Because these are totally different phrases. And normally we see difference, right? Different people interpret fiddle tunes differently, or they learned it from different sources. But man, it just feels like the beginning of Temperance Reel is like very, very fugitive. People play it completely different ways. Does he come all the way down to the E right there? Maybe we got to slow it down real quick. Oh, let me show this for the folks at home. Everyone always asks me how to slow down YouTube videos. It's not that hard. I mouse over to the settings wheel. When this comes up, I click on playback speed, and then I choose what speed I want. So I want it maybe at half speed. Then I can listen to it at half speed. That's the whole secret. Dun, ba, bum, ba, ba, ba. That's what I would guess. Ooh, what is that he plays? Okay, that note is different. That's cool. So this phrase normally can be a little more linear. Right. But he's turned almost like some of this into chord information to create some bigger interval jumps, almost like this jumps down, then the line ascends. Sort of restructures the contour of the melody a little bit. This little chromatic thing happens a lot. I do this a lot in Bill Cheatham. So that's a relatively common move if it makes sense to take the melody there. But yeah, cool stuff. think that's what's going on right there. The slide right here after that open note. But he's going back and using some open strings. Same kind of phrase, but he's including more eighth notes, right? There isn't a quarter note right here at the beginning. Instead, it's eighth notes. I think that's what's going on. Fun stuff. Cool. This is the slide that I like. Da, da, do, da, boom, boom. Yeah. That seems right enough for me. That's cool. I don't hear that in real time, so I can hear sort of the effect that happens from that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so he's going I wonder what the easiest way to write this is. Maybe I'll just start it like this. So I'm gonna write I guess a slide up between these two, and then just write a quick fall after this. I mean, I don't think he actually peaks right there on that downbeat, but I think that might be the most intuitive way to write it. Cool in any case, though. That's cool. So he doesn't have a lot of time left after playing that little stunt. So he's gotta ascend really quickly this time. Normally he takes his whole measure to just work his way up there, however he decides to do it. But since he pulled this sliding stunt, he doesn't have much time to get up there. Slowing things back down. I want to see if he's hitting notes in between these. Maybe he's going down, he's hitting like a low B or something. I want to make sure I'm not missing a detail. I don't think so. I think those are quarter notes, but I think he comes up for something else right there. Something's going on outside. Everyone's still hanging out in chat? Did I lose you guys? I haven't seen a message come in a while. Guess that's what's going on. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Oh, hey, everyone. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, I'm still here. I'm glad you're all still here. I know, I love working with stuff like this in the background. I do it all the time, too. Totally get it. As always, if you find anything that I missed or you think I made a mistake, just let me know. Just say it. How many times does he do that now? Yeah, interesting that he doesn't play the F sharp right now. Instead, he plays the E right there. I talked about how the melody could go like this, right? But instead, he plays almost like he wants to keep it more pentatonic feeling because he's done so much pentatonic work, sort of pentatonic with the seventh. Generally, very little work with the fourth here, except for that little tag that I like, which is kind of interesting, actually. Right, kind of this phrase right here. See if we can do the old copy and paste. So he ends up hitting some different strings. I don't know how on accident that is, but he more or less played this again. Maybe let's go through this and try to sort of clean it up so it sounds like what he just played. I mean, every once in a while he's catching another string, but I'm not sure it's worth writing down. You know, where like right here he's like catching the D string or something. But I don't think it's worth writing down. Right here he ends up catching a string too. I guess it's when these slides happen. Hey Marcel, love the vids. What you think about Mel Bay's Guitar Method series? You may have started something, my friend. There's one book that I have beef with, and I think it's a Mel Bay book. Let me see if I can take it out of here real quick. Yeah, Mel Bay does a lot of, good stuff. They wouldn't be one of the biggest music publishers if they didn't. However, this series called Guitar Journals, called Flat Picking, has some big problems in it. And this is a book that I bought for myself when I was starting to learn bluegrass. And yikes. There is one particular page that it sort of shows you the problem. So on this page, we have two tunes. We have Blackberry Blossom and we have Billy in the Low Ground. You'll notice that they wrote Blackberry Blossom in the key of C when it's normally supposed to be played in the key of G. And they wrote Billy in the Low Ground in the key of G when it's normally supposed to be played in the key of C. So they've written two very, very common songs in the complete wrong keys. And that's actually very important because people like fiddle players, mandolin players, they can't use capos. They learn how to play things in, the correct key that works for their instrument. So as guitar players, we accommodate them, and that's just madness to do it like that. Another thing is that some of these tunes that they have here, they're not playing with capos. So, Crazy Creek in A and Bill Cheatham in A, both of these tunes are generally played with G shapes. Sort of capo second fret, and then you use G shapes to play in the key of A. That's how all the arrangements that you find are. Not that it's not good to learn how to play things in the open position without a capo, but that's not really what a beginning flat picking book should be doing. So this book is kind of a mess instructionally for me, and I struggled with it when I was young for that reason. There's a couple other things that show that problem too. For instance, there's a lack of consistency in that this tune is written with 16th notes and this tune is written with 8th notes. Generally with fiddle tunes, we just try to write everything in 8th notes because it's easier to read. So, sort of another problem with the book. I really appreciate what they were trying to do, but this was just not the way to do it. So here's the even worse thing that I feel bad saying, but Mel Bay himself wrote this book. This book is from the horse's mouth, so to speak. This is Mel Bay's book. And he should have hired a flat picker. I mean, I'll put it as simply as that. He should have hired a bluegrass guitar player to put this book together, and it would have been better assembled rather than thinking he could assemble it himself, because he made a lot of amateurish mistakes, and people that have tried to study from this book, it sort of reflects in their playing. They're playing songs in the wrong key, or they're not using capos correctly. It's a mess, man. So Mel Bay is good, but this book, not good. So hopefully you weren't asking about that particular book. All right, let's keep going. And I don't know. I don't want to make this the subject of the whole live stream, but that frustrates me when I see books that get little details wrong. It's kind of inexcusable, right? People are using that as a resource. They're sitting down and they're going to learn from these things, and you're teaching something that's a falsehood because you're not an expert. So for Mel Bay to release something like that that is a bummer. There's that Tony Rice tab book that has Manzanita written in 12/8 when Manzanita's just in 4/4. Stuff like that that's a bummer. Let's say it's a bummer. I'd rather have the information presented in a more correct way. But what can you do? Let's keep transcribing. Rant over, It sounds like he catches that note instead. And like he does a little strum right here. Nothing in particular. A lot of times when people play this tune, they actually slide into that E note instead. So you see a lot of people playing and they're going. but he's not doing that. He's sliding into the B. And I think he's strumming those two strings. Because it sounds like the second time he strums both of them. Da 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 da. What just happened? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Right. So there's a C sharp right there. That's what I'm missing. That's interesting because we expect the line to keep climbing up, but he kind of instead hits this bass note. We kind of think that it did do that. Could you do a transcription of shadows? Yeah, I played that in my Tony Rice video. There is a tab for it hanging out, but I can put that on the website. I can make that happen. Here, I'll make a note of it right now so I don't forget. It helps when you guys tell me what you want, you know. I don't always know. Maybe no one wants to learn how to play shadows. All right, let's see here. Come on, computer. All right, in my to-do list, put out shadows tab. All right, so it be written, so it be done. We will make that happen. Thanks, Pat. Whoops. Let's get back to where we were. I jumped to the wrong spot. Do you hear that bass note? Yeah, that's cool. So it almost like he's playing this as a hammer-on, and then he's coming down to play that bass note. Oh, and that's what he's doing over here too. He's playing this as a hammer-on, and then playing that bass note. I get it. It took me a while to, figure that one out, but we got there. So now he's doing this slide. Sounds like the second time it's a little bit dirtier, maybe? Like he's sliding from 4th fret. Oh, whoops, I wrote that backwards right here. There you go. Cool. Pretty normal linear lines. Whoops, just jumped around in the video again. I didn't mean to do that. I think it's the same tag we saw before. Let's get back to there. I heard that bass note again. Makes me think that we're just hearing this again. It's the start of the B part, right? Yeah. Labels. Labels help. Let's listen a little bit here. So it's this part. It's all this. Here's that tag. First time through the B part. So we actually are getting different things. I was in the wrong spot. But see, yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure was right. That I wrote down the second B part correctly. Hey Marcel, thanks for doing these transcriptions. I've been working on your arrangement of Manzanita for the past week or so, and I'm finally starting to get it. Much love from the East Coast of Canada. Yeah, man, Manzanita's a great tune. If I can play it. It might surprise you all that I don't play Manzanita every day. Whatever it is. Whatever the arrangement is, man. You know, you remember chunks, but it's not every day someone calls Manzanita, man. I would have to call on that tiny little bit of my faking it skills to get me through that one, probably. So what is that slide? Is he actually hitting that G on top or not? Sounds like he's got an F sharp in there somewhere. Ooh, is that really what's going on? Wow. Okay, I know how I'm gonna write this. So first off, we got the slide. So it's like I'm going from a little part of a D chord up to here. And when I get to the top, I'm gonna hit this low bass note. Alright, cool. And then I'm reaching back with my index finger to get this. And now I'm playing eighth notes. And it's just a constant forward roll, I guess. Sounds like he hits the open string right there. He's setting himself up for another slide. Where's he slide up from? Kind of a weird spot. I think that's what's going on though. Maybe it's just like these two. We're entering the possible revision zone. Right, and he would hit that D bass note. Does he actually do that? Alright, so he ends up mixing it in. So it's almost more like it takes a whole beat for the slide to happen, and he lands up at the 7th fret on beat 1. Right. And this is when he mixes in that low bass note. Where does he hit it though? See it right there? So I'm not a banjo player. It's hard for me to hear this roll pattern. It sounded like that to me. Maybe this is that D note again. Right. Almost like this note doesn't even get hit. Okay, so then this happens, and instead of the open B, he hits the open G string again. And this takes us through 2 A's and 2 B's. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's fill in some information right here. Right. Does anyone know that Temperance reel is also called Teetotaler's reel? Now you know. All right, cool. I'm going to fill in these pick strokes real quick. If anyone has any questions or anything to say before we call it, I mean, now's your chance. Ask your questions or forever hold your peace. Until next Tuesday when we do another live stream, starting sometime between noon and 1 p.m. Eastern time. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Just gonna finish these pick strokes. And I gotta go teach some lessons, gang. Damn, missed it. You didn't miss it, Jim. There's still time to hang out. Have any recommendation on amps and preamps? You're asking the wrong guy, man. You are asking 100% the wrong guy. I am not a big equipment head. When I play live shows, I play into... I don't even play into an amp. I normally play into the board because acoustic guitar, right? Frequency ranges, yada, yada, yada. And as far as a preamp goes, I normally use this, the Tone Bone. And I used to use something else. I used to use one of those, what is it, LR bags that makes kind of the bubbly looking boy. But I like this better. It's got 2 inputs, which I used to struggle with when I played in a band where I played mandolin as well, which is super nice because I can toggle between them, obviously, with this toggle switch, which can do different things too, depending on how you set it up. It's got a boost button. You can set how much the boost is if you're playing with that kind of band, that boost for solos. It's got a handy mute button. I mean, this is what I play through, man. And my my normal gigging guitar, the DC Aura, that guitar has a bunch of, well, it's got the Aura pickup system. So it has a bunch of microphone imaging built into it, and it's got its onboard compressor and its onboard EQ and everything else. So it saves me a lot of work, and that's why I just play through this, and I don't need anything else. I've thought about doing a bigger rig, but I honestly just don't play live shows that much. It's not worth it for me. But yeah, man, I wish I could give you more info, but that's all I got. Coming from a guy that just mostly plays the guitar. I know there's some purists out there that will be surprised that maybe I use any kind of preamp system. But depending on the venues you're playing, sometimes it's just not worth it to trust the sound guy. And if you're not a sound expert, sometimes it's just not worth it to trust yourself. Because I consider myself pretty good at running sound, and I've been in situations where it's just hard to make it work. And, you know, maybe if I had a lot more gear, it would be easy to make things work out. But man, sometimes it is just hard playing into a microphone. Oh, you started playing acoustic in an electric band. I see why you're asking that question. Yeah, man. Tough situation. Totally a tough situation. If you're playing in that kind of lineup, something that you should probably have in your effects chain would be a compressor. So you can sort of catch some of the dynamic range. So, you know, keep things from getting too quiet or keep things from getting too loud. It's something that like telly players do in country bands, right? You compress the hell out of it. So one note isn't way louder than the others. And as an acoustic guitar player, you know, the instrument has sort of this wide range of like soft sounds and louder sounds. But if you're playing in an electric band, you know, with a drummer, that's just going to get in the way. You don't need all of that. So I'd probably compress your sound. That would be something that I would do. All right, cool. I feel good about this tab. I'm going to save this guy, and we'll put it on the site pretty soon. Hopefully it won't take too long for me to make that happen. I have so many tabs that are unreleased that need to be released. There's a bunch of Billy Strings ones and Molly Tuttle ones and some other stuff kind of buried in here that I really want to get on the site. And I just haven't been able to get it out there yet. So I will do that. All right, let's see here. Hey, what's up, Mickey? Mickey, we're just about to say goodbye. All right, everyone. I got to go teach some lessons. It's been nice hanging out. You know the drill, right? So we always do these live streams starting between noon and 1 p.m. Eastern time. We tend to hang out for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. And then we do the highlights. We tend to do highlights for every live stream. They come out the next week, normally on Wednesday. So it'll take a little while for us to, you know, chop everything up and get the highlight reel going. But it tends to be sort of a week-to-week cycle. We take a little bit of time to get these tabs out, but hopefully we get them out quickly. Other videos that come out, I try to release, you know, like Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays if I can. But it kind of ends up just being when the video gets done, and I try to get it to y'all as fast as possible. So we'll have some more sort of big videos that aren't live streams coming out soon too. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Like I said, tab available soon, and I'll see you all probably in a video. Bye-bye now.
crossing sign. We'll talk about tonight when the same train took the life of that old beggar boy and the bootlegger's wife. My love was married to him, that bootlegging man. He loved whiskey and he loved her. She was bound to leave him, Lord, she was for Birmingham. We were lovers and the town knew it well. We thought no one would tell. The night she was leaving, he heard about me. She died because they told him. He silenced the bells. Now lay me down by that crossing sign. We'll talk about tonight when the same train took the life of that old beggar boy and the bootlegger's wife. I hear them bells at the crossroads where the beggar boy is buried in the valley, where the same train took the love of that old beggar boy and the bootlegger's wife. Now lay me down by that crossing sign. We'll talk about tonight when the same train took the life of that old beggar boy, the bootlegger's wife.